Welcome back to the Comic Book ASM Artist. Today we're going to be doing another comic book haul that I meant to do last week, but I was under the weather and I still am, but I'm not going to make you guys wait another week, so just going to go ahead and get started. I got some trades and stuff too, so I'll show those off. But let's just get into it. So first off, we have X-Men Legends number 3. This is by Louise and Walter Simonson are the notables on here. They did X Factor back in the day, as well as tons of other books too, but they did the series, I think the beginnings of it pretty much. I don't know how much they did, but I know they're certainly a like one of the main names that comes to mind with it. So yeah, we see this is a story here involving Apocalypse, and this takes place before X Factor number 43, according to that little intro there. So yeah, I mean, I know the character of Apocalypse and Archangel and all these sort of characters, and I read a little bit of X Factor, but I was really just too young when it all came out initially. So I have already read this too. With this haul, I've pretty much read most of the stuff that I'm showing you, so I can provide a little bit of insight here. Yeah, this is certainly a nod to the past work, obviously, which is kind of the magic of the Legends series here. So this is concluded in the next issue as well, or continued rather in the next issue. And then I got the action figure variant cover, which shows Beast in the X Factor suit here, which I don't recall him ever remember or wearing the brown there, but done in the old action figure style, so very cool. Next we got Alien number 2, and this is the variant cover. I'm not sure who actually did the variant on this one, so this kind of continues to still set things up. There's not a lot that really happens in this book other than them saying, hey, we've had, I think if I remember, there's like an intelligence leak, and the guy who's been retired, basically his son stole information from him when he briefly visited, and so now it's his job to get back to the colony and kind of get things under control. And there's a bit of a rescue element to it, and of course the xenomorphs and all that sort of stuff, they have overrun the colony. So about 2/3 of this is still a lot of just dialogue and stuff. It's drawn very well, of course, here. Not sure if he uses photo reference or how he actually achieves his style here, but they do show, I don't know, it's towards the end, but basically, yeah, they show the aliens in here, but it's brief. I think the next issue we're going to see a lot more action, so basically this one kind of ends with him being in the colony and stuff. And then we've got, this I think the second printing of this. Yeah, second printing. This is a variant as well. I don't know who's done it here, but I showed this off previously on the other one, so can kind of show you a bit of xenomorphs there. And I didn't realize this at this time. They have turned the alien queen, where she looks half human here and not like the others, only with kind of the more ridged head on her. So that was kind of a big deal, I guess. So, but I'm not familiar with Alien too much, so it's all brand new to me, more or less. So next we got Batman Superman number 17, little cardstock variant for you. And this is kind of interesting. This book previously, this is like a part two. They had, you could read, the story was literally split in half as two separate film reels. They had Superman's story and then Batman's story. You could read them separately, and then by the end, the films kind of burnt up, and then they fell into each other's stories. And so there's kind of like these alien archivists here who have the data on them. And I'm trying to remember exactly what they're doing, the point and purpose of it all, but basically they've got just spools and spools of this film type stuff here. So we see like the classic Superman here meeting kind of the classic Batman as well, and just having elements from both of their worlds being different, and then just kind of trying to work together and adapt around that. So it's pretty interesting. It's very unique. And it's still continuing on with the film reel here, only it's not, the stories aren't split now, so. And we have Action Comics 1030. This is a great variant cover here. Yeah, so I think that this is still the, oh, I guess it's not. So this is the brand new arc here. Previously, the arc was, I guess it was just a couple issues referring to the golden age, when you look at your parents and, you know, you feel like they're invincible and they can never get hurt, and then that age is over when you see them do something like fall off a ladder or hurt their hand or whatever. And so it's about, you know, Superman's son seeing and knowing that his dad literally will not be around forever. And so now we kind of have a more menacing threat than the random aliens in the previous two issues. And we see War World here with Mongrel and stuff like that. So something tells me Mongrel or one of these type of people here will be more involved in Superman meeting his end than the random aliens from the previous Golden Age arc. So then the art is a lot more detailed and realistic and grisly. So I look forward to seeing the direction it goes. I know that supposedly Superman will die at some point, and Jonathan will take over as Superman. That's how it's being billed as far as like the previews, catalogs, and stuff go. Or solicitations. It's technically not in previews anymore, but yeah, even amongst here, basically, like in this story, they still feel the need to have Batman be in this story. Like I was saying previously, like Batman is literally inserted in way too much. I really like him, of course, as you guys know. He's pretty much, him and Cap are tied as my favorite superhero. So I like him a whole lot, but he can't be everywhere, literally every comic. And then we see some really nice interaction here with Damian and Jonathan. And anytime there's interaction with them, I can greatly appreciate it. I really like how, you know, this writer here is bringing a lot of heart and humanity back into Superman, which is what I appreciated with like the initial Rebirth arc, you know, when Jonathan was a kid and all that sort of stuff. So they're bringing more of that back, a lot of the family element. So I really like that. Next we have Detective Comics number 1035. Another Bermejo cover. And I don't know how many covers he's going to do, but I'm glad that he still just keeps doing them. I'm trying to remember the exact plot of this particular book. Yeah, I know he's still at odds with Batman here. Yeah, I don't remember what occurs really in this story, so I'm kind of looking to see if I can jog my memory. I know he finds this body here at the same time that the police show up at the scene. So they're like, oh, he was there with the dead body. So, of course, this only fuels their war against Batman at this point. This is a nice image here. And then there's a backup story here with the Huntress. So, yeah, I kind of don't understand why they're doing these backup stories. You know, they've raised the price of the books by a additional $1. So they're like, oh, you get bonus story. But it's like, pretty sure everyone would rather just pay the lower price and not have that extra material. But they're trying to adapt. But no one's likes to pay extra money, especially when they just want the main Batman story. So next we have Robin number 1. It's a nice wraparound cover here. And this starts his journey as his own person here. So he's gone back to do his stuff here and interact with Talia al Ghul, and he's enlisted in a tournament, all this sort of stuff. So I think they're working on trying to track him down again. And so yeah, he's just kind of doing what he does. And yeah, it's an interesting book so far. Art's pretty good. I like it. It's stylized, but it works. Especially since Damien's the lead, he's better stylized than realistic, I think, anyway. Just kind of, he's more animated and stuff, so. But, yeah, the ending on this one's interesting. I'm sure whatever happens is not permanent, though. And we have Berserk number 2. This is the, I'm trying to remember the artist on the variant cover here. Yeah, it's the Raphael Albuquerque one. So this goes into Berserker's origin more, how he has been around for ages. And so this is him recalling, this is one of his best recollections that he's had after a while. So basically they throw him into combat and he just fights until he is depleted physically, mentally, all these sort of things. And then he regenerates. And so on this current regeneration where he's recharging, he remembers a lot more about his past than he has. So his therapist is trying to encourage him to really concentrate on getting these details relayed to her, so she's got them on paper. So, and yeah, like I said, this is a mature book, so it's very violent and stuff, and there's some, it's not graphic nudity, but there is nudity in it, so heads up for that. Then we have Crossover number 6, and this completes the first arc here, which is a reference to Spawn here. Kids love chains, at least that's what I think it's a reference to. And I feel like this could just kind of stand alone and be wrapped right at the end here. Just because this was the climax of the first arc. And it's just kind of a big battle, and you get to see a lot more independent heroes kind of together throwing down in a big battle. And yeah, that's just kind of how it is here. So yeah, you can pick out people: Witchblade, Savage Dragon, Chew, Darkness over there, and Battle Pope. Heard stuff like that. So I don't know. Madman was with him for a while, and then I don't see Madman at all on this page. So that's kind of strange. But yeah, we just see, more heroes battling together and stuff and things like that. And it just kind of ends with a revelation that I felt was kind of what we all understood anyway. So I was like, is it over? But I saw there's more on the way. So then we have Spawn 317. And this continues on. They're really just trying to, I feel, set up more things for the Spawn universe series that's coming. They're still battling like this big monster, and he's unleashing other characters out of the gate, which I think he pops out here in the next couple pages. I'm trying to remember his name though. Yeah, so they're fighting this big guy here. And I'm trying to remember the one that takes him down here. They showed him, but then they didn't show him. I don't know. I don't see him visibly here, but I know the character. They've shown him on the cover previously in some of the books. But basically, like, he throws a chain around the big guy and pulls him under to like help him retreat from battle. And I think he comes back like even stronger or something to that extent. They show him here a little bit. I think his name is just something like Vengeance or something, if I remember. I don't know. But what I thought was cool about this is they actually show the making of the covers here. And so yeah, the artist in particular, he actually does 3D models of all these covers before he makes them like this. So I remember Todd brought that up in an interview with Comic Tom, and so I thought that was cool that they've got it in print there too. So next we have Nightwing number 79, and this is just basically him getting back into the swing of things here. It's just kind of a celebration of his return, you know, after all the Rick Grayson memory loss type of stuff and all that. And when Alfred died, he left him a bunch of money, so he has a ton of funds now. And so he's figuring out how to be more useful and help the community of Bloodhaven and stuff. So he does a thing here where he like buys these people pizza and then invites a bunch of other people to come back, and he's gonna buy pizza for everyone else. And then he's reunited here with Barbara. And yeah, I mean, this takes a dark turn too as the story goes on, but I don't want to go into too much of that either. But yeah, he's got one of his big bads reoccurring is back. So, and we have Ninja Turtles number 116, and this continues on with the Battle of the Bands scenario. One of the turtles they train comes back from the future to say, hey, Jenica, you need to focus on doing this Battle of the Bands thing, or else you're going to end up killing Karai, and which is the catalyst for everything else kind of going to crap and everyone going their own ways. So even though she doesn't want to do this band idea here, she does it anyway, and kind of puts her anger on the side. And we see she's kind of revisiting her history to help her play her instrument with more passion and feeling and stuff like that. So it's cool. And then by the end, they still don't have a victor for the thing, but they have like all of their bandmates assembled, and they're like about ready to do the Battle of the Bands. We have Teen Titans Academy number 2, which I have actually not read this one yet because I'm behind on the other Teen Titans books. Nice tapping for you. So this is all brand new to me. I don't know what the story is about or anything really. just know I'm reading it to continue to follow up on the Red X here, which has been a character that I learned about initially from Teen Titans Go for my kids. So I was like, yeah, I'll see where this goes in the comics and just kind of go from there. So, which I think, if I remember, in Teen Titans, it's supposed to be like Dick Grayson in the future. But I think they're gonna go a different direction in these comics, maybe. So the art's good. Next I got X-Men number 19. And I don't think I've read any of these two, I'm not sure. I could have, but no, I don't think I've read this one yet. So this kind of follows these other X-Men here. Not the main team as I know. I'm sure they have a team title, but I don't know what it is. But none of the ones I'm really interested in, so. But I know I haven't read this one yet. And we have the Fortnite 0 Point story with Batman in it, which I've been enjoying it. So yeah, the big thing here is each issue comes with DLC you can use in the game. And the story's not bad, honestly. So, and then they've even got the creative officer here, Donald Mustard, is helping with the creation of the story as well from Fortnite. And they're really playing up the key elements of like them not being able to speak in the world and stuff like that. So Batman's trying to do the best he can. He investigates the storm and then obviously gets taken into the game here. But yeah, he can't speak or anything. And then of course a few of the other characters find their way in, and he's just trying to make sense of it all. So I loved issue number 1's DLC was this Harley Quinn rebirth skin, which I was actually supremely surprised by, because skins tend to be a little bit more in game, so that was nice to get a skin for buying that one. And then this is the collector's cover, I guess, which is $1 more than the regular, and this is done by Donald Mustard as well. So he's done all of these collector covers here. So I like the Mikkel Yanin cover better, but this is nice just because it's, you know, important person who works on Fortnite making the covers here. And they are all poly-bagged too, so I've kept this one in the actual bag, but I just wanted to show you all that, yeah, they've got double protection. They've got a peel-off code inside, which I've already redeemed this, but you peel off here and then it's in a bag, so double protection to make sure that the book's codes remain intact when you purchase them. So, and most stores are even limiting to 1 per customer, or if you do get the other ones, they discourage flippers heavily by charging, like I think one of the shops had additional ones for 20 a piece. So, but I know my local one didn't do that. I think theirs just had you could only buy 1. So, but yeah, here's the basic cover for number 2, which I picked up this week. And the bonus DLC for this one I felt was more in line with what I expect, which was, oh look, you get a glider, so not that crazy. So this is what I expect more when I think of the DLC you would get in these type of books. And then even the next one, I think they said it comes with a pickaxe, like a Catwoman's pickaxe or something like that. So, yeah. And then if you get all 6 issues, you get a code for the Armored Batman Zero outfit, which is different than the one that's actually in store. And by the way, number 3, we get to see Batman versus Snake Eyes, so that's going to be pretty awesome. And then, yeah, so in here, Batman has written notes on his devices and stuff to kind of help him make sense of it, because basically every time the match resets after 22 minutes, his mind is wiped and everything, and he still can't communicate or anything. So he's written on stuff like the cat is our ally, and beware of the storm and stuff like that, to kind of help him navigate his way through the game. So and we have Spider-Man number 63. And this is continuing on with the King's Ransom, which is about Kingpin trying to get these tablets so he can use them for some nefarious purpose. But I love how this particular arc deals with the history between Tombstone here, and I'm blanking on him now. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I want to say Robbie. And basically both of their kids are in a romantic relationship, and so naturally, of course, both parents are like, oh, the other guy's a horrible person, how could you do this sort of thing? So and then of course we've got more stuff here with Boomerang, which I could care less about Boomerang, so kind of an annoying third wheel here. So yeah, they both accidentally saw them on the rooftop kissing. And then naturally they're just upset. Yeah, Robbie. And there's a spread kind of some of the history here. I'm going after him with the pitchfork. Who got Spider-Man number 64 with this big dumb random creature who guards the tablet or whatever, which I didn't even see him in this issue a ton, so I'm not sure why he's on the cover. And then of course Kingpin is still trying to get Kindred to talk. Got Non-Stop Spider-Man number 2. And I don't recall a ton really happening in this issue either. Other than he's still fighting this upscale gang. Basically, they are using a lot of expensive tech and wearing high fashion clothes and stuff and fancy cologne, so he's noticing that whoever these guys are, they've got quite a large access to money. Oh yeah, and then he learned some developments about the drug that all these people seem to be getting hooked on, and what it's doing to them and why it's doing what it's doing. We have Carnage, Black, White, and Bloody number 2. And so, yeah, we've got multiple stories here. One written by Cates as well as Zdarsky in here. First one's weird. It's kind of like a pirate ship sort of scenario. And then he boards the ship. It's like a bunch of venoms. So kind of interesting. And then the next story, which is the one that I thought was the most interesting, about this abused kid who's befriended Carnage, and then Carnage uses that to manipulate him and use him to kill his dad. I'm trying to remember where the next one takes place, but I can't recall. I think it's just kind of in the woods or something here, but it's got more of like the zip tones and stuff to it here. The zip tone there. We've got Immortal Hulk, number 45. And it's just kind of continuing to show us some really bizarre creatures, and just kind of putting Hulk through his paces. So we've got the leaders involved here, of course. And then we learned she can kind of see gamma energy in things, but it's like dark gamma or something. And then I'm confused because there's kind of like a red Hulk inside of him. So I'm not really sure what that's about, other than just another form, you know, many different types of Hulk. And we have ENIAC number 3, which I just picked up a couple days ago. And I still haven't read number 2 because I'm trying not to read these. I'm trying to keep them pristine. But they haven't released the not first printings of either, so I'll show you a couple inside pages. But I just kind of want to be in ginger with it until we get the not first printings. So there's that one. And this one I'm really excited by. This is like a plus-sized book here by Bad Idea. Whalesville, and Rocks and Minerals. This has more of a highly, more alternative art style rather. So this stuff is not grounded in reality too much. And so it takes on a more unique visual. And then there's a secondary story in the back. Here's the Rocks and Minerals here. It's again kind of cartoony. You see talking rocks and stuff. And then the back cover shows those main characters. Well, that's it for the singles. Now I will show off a couple trades here. So first we have the Robin Boy Wonder Batman Adventures collection, which it's collecting more of like the Gotham Adventures stuff. Batman Adventures, let's see, I thought it said exactly. It does inside, I know. But yeah, this is like the later, the kids WB stuff. So yeah, Gotham Adventures is what they called it. So So I'm glad like they're reprinting it, but they're reprinting just random ones. I wish they would just do them in order here, like actual regular, like 1 through 6, 7 through 10 sort of. But yeah, so it's just kind of a random collection. They're all numerically in order, but they're spaced out super far. So, and then it only carries a $10 price tag, and they're not even full size. See the normal size of a comic. So wish they would just reprint them normal size, and then they have like a matte finish on them too. They're marketed for kids, and so they can put them in like, I guess, like kids book fairs and stuff like that. So it's just kind of random, an assortment here of just different stories where Robin kind of took the lead, I guess. But none of them really stood out to me and grabbed me. So, but it's just kind of trying to recollect all of the Batman stuff that I had as a kid, and I used to have even the Gotham Adventures stuff, and then after that stopped collecting. So and finally we got the big old Spawn compendium, which I'm almost pleased with. This puts 1 through 50 together, which if you've collected Spawn trades in the past, here's a few of them that I have here. Here's volume 2 is the one I can show. Volume 2, they always skip issues number 9 and 10, because 9 is Angela's origin, and then 10 is the Cerebus issue. So this collects literally all the first 50 together, but what you notice is when you look here in your collections, you see you've got this little end marker here, and then the issue cover. These right here, you don't get any covers. It just goes right to, hey, this is issue 15, this is issue whatever, which is kind of frustrating because like I wanted to get my trades off the shelf and just put this there, but I can't do that if the covers aren't in there. So there's that little piece of me that's like, oh, you're missing the cover art, And then even when I'm looking into some of the earlier parts, like they don't have the cover in there, but then they'll still have like like this. I don't know why you'd put several of these in here and not put the actual covers in the book. And then of course in the back there's like some supplemental inkings and things like that, which is fine. This isn't necessary really, but I wish that at the very least all the covers were collected. So now I can't get rid of my trades because the covers aren't in here. So just kind of a minor gripe, but I am glad that it completes the full first 50, and 9 and 10 are in here. So alright, well that's going to do it for me. Hope you all liked this. Make sure to comment down below. Tell me what you want to see. And as always, you all have a super slumber. Thanks. Bye.